everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today I have a very requested video going up for you. So today's video is going to be my update for my Pan That palette that I set myself up for failure when I introduced this project in January because I said I was going to be doing monthly updates. And then I haven't been doing the monthly updates as many of you guys have been pointing out, but here I am today with an update, and the reason why it's going to be late will be very clear in just a moment. Now before I jump into my Project Pan update, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like videos like this. I do a lot of project panning, and I mean a lot of project panning. I also do Shop My Stash, and I talk about Harry Potter probably more than the average 28-year-old. So if any of that sounds interesting, definitely make sure to hit that button. And now let's just hop into this update because I have some things to tell you guys. So in January, I introduced this guy as my Pan That palette for this year, and I only did it, and I even say in that video, I never planned to pan a palette this year because I tried to pan 3 palettes last year and it was an absolute disaster. I do not like panning eyeshadows. I have said this many times. I don't find it enjoyable. I don't find it conducive to my happiness in any way. I don't like it. But as you guys know, I've decided to go cruelty-free finally. I don't know why it took me so long, but I decided to go cruelty-free. And when I was going through my eyeshadow collection, I realized I only had one non-cruelty-free eyeshadow palette left in my collection. And it was unfortunately a palette I bought right before deciding to go cruelty-free, so that was really bad on my part. Because of that, I wanted to pan this palette. This is the McGrath Mothership Sublime Bronze Temptation palette. So you guys know I tally. I don't want to show you my tallies because it will give away something. I tally for all of my uses in all of my project pans so I can see how long it takes to make progress on something, to finish something. I like having the numbers. I'm a numbers person. I like statistics. I like all of that stuff. I'm insanely horrible at math, but I like seeing like graphs and numbers and stuff like that. I just like that. We're just gonna jump into it. I'm gonna put up the picture of what it looked like at the beginning of this project, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like now. Does it look any different? Absolutely not. There is literally no visible progress in this at all. It absolutely doesn't look different. I'm getting frustrated because I've been very frustrated. And like I said, in that video, I said I was going to be making monthly updates, but this is the reason why there hasn't been a single update, because there's been no changes. Looking at this, I was like, man, I guess I haven't been using this palette as much as I thought I would. And to be fair, I really don't use the majority of this palette very often just because they're not really that wearable. The two that are the most wearable, in my opinion, for me at least, are these two shades, and these are definitely the two that I've used the most. This dark brown is pretty wearable too if I remember to use it, but you guys know me, I typically like pretty light natural makeup, as I sit here with a green eye look today, but whatever, I was feeling adventurous. But these two are definitely the two I've used the most. This one I've used the most. I'm wearing it today. I try to use it in almost every eye look, even if it's just a little bit on the outer corner or on top of my winged liner, anything. I try to use it as much as possible, and it still doesn't look any different than it did at the beginning. So now I'm just gonna give you the numbers so you can kind of get a feel for how many times I've used it and how much progress is being made out of those uses. So for Celestial, this first shade, which is pretty wearable, it's a nice glittery top coat. I've used this shadow 25 times. This shadow, like I said, I try to incorporate all the time. This is Burning Desire, and I have used this, hang on, I need to count all of the tallies. I've used this shade 58 times since January, which, to be fair, I could have used it more. But I mean, I don't want to use that one shadow in every single look because, again, I don't like panning shadows. It gets really boring to me, so I don't always use it. But 58 times, guys. I've used it 58 times, and there's no visible change, which means even if I used it every day this year, there probably won't be much of a change. Just letting that sink in to my soul right now. Number 3 is Supernova. I've used it 3 times because, honestly, don't really care for this green very much. It almost comes off black on my eyes, and you guys know how I feel about black eyeshadow. I think it makes my eyes look heavy, and I don't like it. I did wear it a couple times, and in certain looks it's really pretty. If I can do it on the lid for like a really dark intense smoky eye, it works. But I mean, how often do I wear a dark smoky eye? Not very often. Dark Paradise, which is the dark brown. This one I should have had more use out of, but like I said, I usually forget to use this one. I've used this 23 times, which really isn't that good, but what can I do now? This one is in the color Corruption. This is a duochrome. I think you guys can see the shift on camera. Hopefully it goes from burgundy to like a bronzy color. I've used this one 6 times, and honestly I find this one kind of hard to wear because of the shift. I never really know where to put it on my eye because sometimes it can look really funky and then sometimes it can look really cool. So this one's also hard for me to kind of figure out how I want to wear it. I like it. I think it's a good shade. It's just kind of difficult for me to use. And then this one right here is also like a duo-y chrome color. It kind of goes from like a greeny gold to like a silvery gold color. And this is Provocatrix. I've used this one 6 times as well, so same as that one. So those I don't expect to change, but the fact that I've used this one over 50 times and there's not that much of a difference is really upsetting to me, and that is why you guys haven't been getting updates for this. So I'm going to continue to have this as my Pan That palette, but I am not doing monthly updates, obviously. I'm going to try and do an update if I get a dip in this or if something changes, because right now I find this update in itself is probably pretty boring because there's nothing to see. I just wanted to come on and update you guys. I'm sorry I left you guys hanging because I know a lot of y'all were expecting more updates for this, but that's why I didn't want to update you guys, because honestly, I would bore you to tears every month. It would have been a whole lot of nothing. So that is why I will probably be doing another update in another few months. Probably once I hit the 100 time use mark for Burning Desire, I'll do another update, because I'm hoping by then there's a slight dip starting, so there's some sort of progress to see. But if not, I don't know when my next update will be. I'll try to keep you all updated in my community tab when I'm planning on filming these again. That way you guys know a little bit better. That way I don't leave you hanging, but that is why, and I do apologize for leaving you guys hanging because I went back on my word. I said I was going to do monthly updates and that I didn't. But that, guys, is the entire video. I hope you liked it anyways. No, I'm incredibly late and behind, and I hope you give it a thumbs up if you did. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like videos like this. Like I said, I do a lot of other project pans, and those I actually update every month. So if you like project pans, definitely make sure to hit that button, and hopefully that means I see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!